Hi guys, welcome back. So I did get done just got done reviewing the Urban Decay new Spectrum palette, Spectrum eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay, and I created this eye look with it. And while I did an eye look, I wanted to save some room to do some cheeks. So I have nothing on my cheeks, and we are going to talk about the Hourglass new ambient lighting powder and kind of look at them in comparison to the other powders that they came out with last year, because there's a lot of controversy about this. First thing I will say, I'm really kind of bummed. I don't know if you can see, but there's a kind of next to and under a little bit the Hourglass, there's a bunch of like scuff marks right there. And I'm kind of bummed about that, because even though it's going to get your fingerprints, it's like a, you can't really see it, but it's like a really good like packaging scuff mark. And for how much this costs, which is $80, I don't want scuff marks on it that are not created by me, that are created by the packaging. So that was kind of a bummer. I know that that's just, you know, something random, I'm sure. But let's go through and talk about this, and then I will compare it at the end to the ones that I have. So it does have a very good size mirror. This is my hand in comparison. So you can see pretty much most of my hand is the palette. My fingers are still up here, my hand is down here. It does have that fingerprinty palette, same kind of look. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit palette. This is limited edition. This is only for the holidays. This was $80, which, boom, there it is. Kind of a drop in the bank. This has the ambient lighting, or let me show you while I do it. Okay, so here it is. These are the lighting powders. These are the blushes and bronzers that it comes in. Okay, let's go through the colors. This is going to be diffused light, iridescent light. These are all the ambient lighting powders. And then this is dim light. Dim light and diffused light are some of people's favorites, just so you know. And then this is going to be the luminous bronze light. This is the lighting bronzer, ambient lighting bronzer, that they came out with recently this year, I think. And then this is luminous flush, which is the lighting blush, and mood exposure, which is the ambient lighting blush as well. Let me bring it in close up. Here are your colors. Beautiful colors. These highlighting powders are beautiful to put all over your face, to put under your setting powder. The bronzer and blushes are beautiful. The swirled beautiness of them is amazing, you guys. I really do love these. There is so much controversy right now though about them because they are so small. So let me grab something that I can do in comparison for size. I don't have a quarter handy. If you've seen anything on Instagram, you have seen that these are about the size of a quarter. I have my little Lorac pots, which are smaller than the NYX ones and smaller than ColourPop, and they are basically the same size, except for just like, whoa, except for just a little bit of it hangs over. What I understand, a quarter is about the size, like around the corner you can see a little bit of the edge, but they're about the size of a quarter. I'm sorry, I just hit the camera. On here it says that they are, okay, these are paraben free, talc free, fragrance free, portable free, and gluten free, which, you know, okay. It says ambient lighting edit is fragile, please handle with care. Okay, sorry, that took me a minute to try to find how much they weighed, and it's right on the front. Okay, so each one of them weighs 1.4 grams, or 0.049 ounces. There's 6 of them in here, like I said. So they are small. I'm not gonna lie, like, you could probably actually use these up, like a lot of the times. So the individual ones I believe are $48, and they are probably about 3 or 4 times the size, but they're $48. So unless there's one of these that you truly like can just not live without, I really don't like buying the full size of it. I'd rather buy the palettes like this that have a little bit of everything. So let me show you in comparison to last year's releases of the ambient lighting powders and the blushes. So these are the ambient lighting powders that you can still get. I believe I've still seen this exact same palette. It's like a darker brownish color, the Hourglass like specific kind of color. This has dim light, incandescent light, and radiant light. So it has 2 out of 3 of the ones that are in here. So let me just show you. So here are the ones in this palette, and there are 2 of them in this palette. So these shadows are 3.3 grams. So what did I say? 1.4 grams, 3.3 grams. So they're definitely bigger in here than in the other one, but they're still not as big as like an individual one. Some people really like these a lot, to where like they use it for everything, their face, their under eye, everything. So they use these a lot, and they have an excuse then to spend the $48 on just one of them, if that makes sense. I personally, like I said, I like the palettes because I feel that I'm never gonna probably use one of these whole ones by themselves. I do love these a lot, but I kind of cherish them, so I don't use them as often as I probably should. Okay, so let's do some swatching for the ambient lighting powders that are in here, so you can at least see what I'm talking about. Because for those of you that maybe have not tried Hourglass yet and you just don't know, then now you'll know. Okay, so like I said, the only one that's not in the other one is the diffused light, which is this more whitish pearl colored one. So here they are, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. On your face, the purpose of these is to give you that radiant, lit from within kind of glow. These are not powders that are going to, all of a sudden I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. These are not powders that are all of a sudden just gonna highlight your face and be like your highlight and be like, whoa, you've got highlight on your face. These are more of that like lit from within, healthy, radiant, beautiful glow that your skin should have naturally, that, you know, depending on what time of the year it is, our skin just doesn't always naturally have that. They're really good for, some of them especially are really good for setting your under eye concealer if you like that, setting your foundation, just giving your face that wash of glow, or you can put it much more highlighted here and just keep highlighting. So that is what they look like. Let me show you up close. So see how they just have that beautiful luminosity to them, but they're not like, oh, hello, highlight kind of thing. You know, some of them have a little bit more of a natural glow, some of them have a little bit of shimmer to them, but again, nothing like, whoa, highlight in your face kind of thing. Okay, so before I tell you my thoughts on it, we're going to swatch the other one and compare the blush one. So this is the blush palette. It does not have a bronzer in here. So this year what they did is they put 2 blushes and a bronzer. This other one last year they only had the blushes, and I'm not positive if this blush one is still available. I know the ambient lighting one I've still seen in Sephora, but I'm not sure if the blush one was. I think the blush one may have been just limited edition, but don't quote me. I know this is limited edition, but you know, sometimes they can bring them back. I mean, just depends on popularity, but I think this really will be limited edition because it's both of them all in one. So again, you see the size difference of them. And the one that's in here that's not in here is the Incandescent Electra, which is this bright coral one in the middle. Right? Yes. And then the bronzing one is the one that you have this year versus last year. So, beautiful colors. Again, I don't know. I'm so torn because I love these so much. Let's see. I haven't even had the bronzer yet. The bronzer is sold by itself too for the $48 in a compact just on its own. I have not tried the bronzer yet. So this will be my first time trying the bronzer. This is what they look like. This is what they look like on the skin. So definitely more of a bronzy ambient powder. Again, it has that bronze, but it has like little flecks of goldish shimmer in them. It is a little orangey tone. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it too well on my skin because my skin's a little darker right now, but it is a little orangey, just a tad. But beautiful, beautiful blushes. I do love their blushes. They do such a great job. The Luminous Flush one is definitely just more lighter, you know, lighter on the skin, more of like you're ready to go out, look like you have a fresh glowy face kind of blush. The Mood Exposure definitely has a little bit more of that blushy tone to it, and then the bronzer. So again, they're beautiful, you guys. I can't knock Hourglass. I mean, they are just beautiful powders. It just depends if it's worth it to you, if you have the one, if you have, okay, my honest heartfelt opinion is if you have these two, you do not need this one because there are too many duplicates in here to justify the price of the two that are new in this one. Way too many duplicates. If you do not have these two and you have the $80 to spend on this, I would buy it. I think it's a beautiful one. I think if you have nothing from Hourglass, I would buy it because it is beautiful. If you can afford the $80 and you don't have those two, you don't have any individual ones from Hourglass and you want something from Hourglass, I would buy this, size small or not. These palettes are expensive, you guys. Even this with 3, I want to say was $60 to $70. Like maybe 60. What was it? Oh, it feels like it was so long ago. I want to say it was at least $60, if not maybe 65 or something. I'll try to remember to put a price here to let you know for sure. But I mean, they are expensive. They're just more expensive. But for $80, you're getting 6 of them. So you are getting more for not much more money. Even though they are smaller, I really think unless this is your only thing, you're still not going to use all of it all the time. That's just my opinion. But again, if you have both of these, I do not see the need to buy this. I bought this because I'm cuckoo, and I collect makeup. I love makeup. It's a problem. It's like a drug habit for me. Like I need makeup and I need the new stuff and I need to feel happy, and yeah, it makes me makeup happy high. So I bought it, but that's my honest opinion. And if you have the other two, you don't need this. If you are not big on light wash blushes, but you have the palette that has the dim lights and the ambient lighting powders, don't get this. Okay, so I'm going to show you really quick on my face some of the blushes. And I'm just going to take an IT Cosmetics one, and we're going to kind of go into this middle one. This is the peachier one, or pinkier one. This is Luminous Flush. And we're going to put that on this side of the cheekies. So pretty, you guys. But again, let me show you. This one is Mood Exposure. I don't know why I always forget them. It's a little hard to get in these small pans. We'll put Mood Exposure on this side, so you can see the difference. So this is Mood Exposure. This is Luminous Flush. And Luminous Flush is going to have just, you know, a little bit more of a pinky tone. This is more of like your everyday natural. And then let me show you the ambient lighting powders because they are so gorgeous. Let me use, I'm just going to use like a fluffy brush. It's not probably the best that you should use as this. Usually I'll use something different. But just to show you a couple of what they look like. And I am going to only put it on the tops of the cheekbones instead of my whole eye just to show you. And then I'm going to use the one that I like most for under eyes, which is the diffused light, which I think is most people's favorite too. And put that under the eyes. Okay, so I put one blush on this side with diffused light under my eyes, one blush on this side. But do you see how, like, it just gives you that natural, beautiful glow to your skin? I mean, it's obvious that it's on there, but it's not like a highlight, and it's not like a powerful blush. I mean, you could definitely build these up to be more intense blushes if you like, but I just think they're so beautiful for just a beautiful wash of color. So that's my opinion. Take it as you will. Like I said, I got it, but if you have these two, I think you're fine without it. If you don't, and you've always wanted an Hourglass blush or ambient lighting powder, I really do think that even though this is expensive, I think this is a great mix to get you a little bit of everything and let you dabble in it. So that is my opinion for this ambient lighting edit, is what it's called. $80 at Sephora. Go to the store soon and swatch it and see too, and you know, definitely be your own judge. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe down below, because I've got so much more holiday collection palette info coming your way, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.